All right, Chris here again. Let's go ahead and find the mortar wall inside material inside the materials portion of the shelf. It's right here, and we'll drag this over into the front plate mat, the top layer. I'm going to rename this to grime, and I'll turn off the normal metal, and I'll keep color and roughness. Change the scale to increase it. Next I'll go to Smart Masks, and I'll choose, let's see, it's like, let's use a concrete edge, and I'll turn up the global balance so I get an effect like this. This is too much, but we're going to paint it back in the same way that we painted on the buttons. So I'll right click on the mask on the grime layer, and go down to add paint. You can see if it's a white brush, then I'm going to paint the mask away, and I can add this grime detail. So I'll select the Dirt 2 brush, and I'll scale that brush down using the bracket keys. And I'll use the UV view to paint some of this grime on the right hand side of the plate. Right now it's too strong, so I'm going to scroll up and turn the flow down on my brush so it's lighter. Next I'm going to take this down towards black so I can paint away some of the grime. Make sure I'm still on the mask. And I'm just going to proceed to lighten this up. I need to turn my flow back up a little bit. Just checking to make sure the roughness looks different here, and it's looking good. Next I'm going to add a normal layer, and I'm going to name this rough pass. And we need to smooth out where fingers have constantly touched this controller and worn away the sort of normal detail. So I'm just testing out to make sure my brush works here. I'm going to turn color off. And I'm going to change this to normal. And I'll take the top layer and change that blending mode to normal. Now when I paint here, you can see that I can paint away the normal map that is on the plastic grainy layer. So I'll turn roughness back on. I'll make this a bit shinier. And that's starting to look pretty good. Going to turn the flow down on the brush considerably. And then I'm just going to go through and, using my reference images, paint worn areas where, you know, fingers have consistently pressed down on the different buttons. Try not to do this too much. Sometimes less is more with details like this. Alright, next I want to clean up this color selection, so I'm going to right click on the casing matte mask, which is on that folder, and add a paint to it. And I will change the brush slider to white, and then I'm just going to go through and I'm going to paint all these little white edges that exist around the button frames. So I'm going to speed this part up. In the next video, we'll go ahead and finish up detailing the cord and the plug, and then we'll add some screws. See you there.